I got some new games. Oh, what a glorious day. Oh, get new games. The kids show you can wait. Hey everybody, welcome back. Yet another pickups video. I haven't done two this closely together in kind of a long time. I haven't really been picking up that much recently, but in the past, I want to say a couple of weeks, I've met up with some viewers from YouTube who were out here, I guess, just seeing Japan, and they wanted to know if I would, go and hang out and go do some game hunting with them. So I did. So in one instance, I went out to Akihabara to show a couple around to some game shops there. And in another instance, I met some folks and we went to a few hard-off locations. And so I found some really cool stuff on those two trips. And so, yeah, let's take a look at what I found recently. Getsu Fuma Den. This game, actually, I think maybe the first time I heard of this game, I had seen it before but didn't know what it was. Then I saw a review from my good pal Jimmy Hoppa, his Import Gaming for the Win review of this game. It's made by Konami. It's kind of akin to Castlevania, but with more of like a Japanese horror setting with Japanese style demons and monsters. And then you play as Fuma, who he's really reminiscent of from the Gunpei Tomaden series. Actually kind of looks like Fuma from the World Heroes games. But you go through, you kill enemies with your sword, you go into dungeons and fight the bosses that way in kind of a dungeon crawling looking style. So it's a side-scrolling action game like Castlevania, but also some dungeon crawling over the shoulder sections, and then the whole thing has an overworld where you go from spot to spot. And there's even some instances where you run into enemies on the overworld and it takes you into a side-scrolling level, kind of like Zelda 2. So it's kind of a mishmash of different gameplay styles. This one never came out in the United States, unfortunately, because it's really good. If you get a chance to check this out, kind of a really excellent Japan-only Famicom release, Getsu Fuma Den. Really awesome. For the PlayStation, ended up picking up a copy of Silhouette. Wow, that's a lot of glare. Silhouette Mirage. I have a big overhead light in here. Silhouette Mirage, this is a game developed by Treasure, so obviously there's going to be some kind of cool gimmick to it. Your character is half red and half blue, and when you, depending on what side you're facing, the color changes, and it also changes the color of your attack. And then red enemies cannot hit you when you're facing the red side, but you also can't hurt them. And then blue enemies is the same, the opposite. You can't hurt them and they can't hurt you. So you have to be mindful of which way you're facing and how you're attacking your enemies. Really cool, interesting game. It didn't blow me away. It's like not knocking my socks off yet. I haven't finished it yet. I've only played like maybe 4 or 5 levels in. It is fun. It's not the best Treasure game I've ever played. It's definitely no Gunstar Heroes or anything like that, but it is still really fun. Kind of a cool gimmick to it. But that's a Silhouette Mirage. Get the hell out of there. Silhouette Mirage for the PlayStation. Pretty cool game. I got a Hitman Reborn game here. I didn't really know what it was going to be. It was 100 yen. That's why I picked it up. Because I've played another game from this series before, and it was a fighting game, and it wasn't that bad. So I figured for 100 yen I could see what this was about. More of kind of a visual novel style game, which anyone who's watched my reviews or other pickups videos knows I really don't like visual novel style games. So this Hitman Reborn, let's Ansatsu Nereta Judai Nu. I don't know. It's a long title, and that probably sounded awful coming out of me. But yeah, Hitman Reborn. This one at least, not really very good. Got a copy of Dual Hearts. Dual Hearts is more or less an action platformer. It has some dungeon elements in it that kind of, well, not kind of, really remind me of Zelda. It's okay. I guess going back and playing a game like this now, it's not going to be so impressive. It's fun enough, and again, it's got a very Zelda style. So you're in dungeons and you have to, solve puzzles and things like that. I guess you're trying to find treasure. We're looking for treasure. But it is a little bit more action oriented, and you get this weird little creature that you can ride on, and he eats these weird bug things, and his breath kills things. I don't know. But yeah, Dual Hearts, pretty good. I'll probably spend a bit more time with this one, maybe see where the gameplay goes. But yeah, thus far, it's kind of like a slightly more action-oriented Zelda. Battle Golfer Yui. I first heard of this game by watching Game Center CX. This is one of the games that Areno plays through. It is a golf RPG with obviously very heavy anime stylings to it. It's weird because it's a mix of kind of like an investigative game. There's a lot of like dialogue and talking back and forth to characters trying to solve a mystery of your kidnapped friend. And in the course of doing that, you play golf against a lot of other crazy characters, and you level up and get like special trick shots and things like that kind of cost MP to perform. So Battle Golfer Yui, definitely unique amongst Mega Drive games. Obviously this was a Japan exclusive. I don't know how well an anime themed golf RPG would have done in the West, but Battle Golfer Yui, if you can check it out, maybe look up some gameplay or something. I may actually end up doing a review of this at some point in the future just because it is so damn odd. But yeah, Battle Golfer Yui, pretty fun, pretty cool game. Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers. I just have to have anything Street Fighter, and came across this in a hard off for, I don't know, like maybe like $5 or something, and it's complete and in great shape, and plays really well. I think visually and in the sound department, it's not as good as the Super Nintendo version, but playing with the 6-button Mega Drive controller is excellent because having the heavy punch and kick mapped to the shoulder buttons, I never really did like that. I've always found that kind of irritating. I prefer to play on a 6-button controller. So yeah, this game plays extremely well on the Mega Drive. So that's Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers for the Mega Drive. Very awesome version of this game. Okay, for the Saturn, got a copy of Initial D, the original. I like Initial D. I've played a lot of Initial D in the arcades. More recently, I've played some Initial D on the PS2 and PS3. This, I don't think, is as good as those. The controls are much more finicky in the original Initial D. I find this to be significantly harder than the more recent games in the series. But that being said, it's still Initial D. It's still really cool. Yeah, anyone out there who's never played an Initial D game, period, I would highly recommend them because they're awesome. Initial D, Sega Saturn. Got a copy of Steam Gear MASH for the Saturn. This is an isometric view action title where you're this little robot going around blasting other robots and creatures, and basically just it's almost like a puzzle type game as well, because each stage has a lot of different rooms to different ways to fall in and out of those rooms, and well, it definitely, you have to find items to access different areas and so on and so forth. So some exploring puzzle elements to it, but it is still level by level and really action oriented, and it's pretty damn fun. Not entirely blown away by it. I haven't put that much time into it, maybe a couple hours, so, and I still haven't finished it yet. But Steam Gear MASH, definitely a fun Saturn title. Check it out. Got a copy of Game Tengoku, the Game Paradise. This is a top-down shooter set in an arcade. So you're flying around killing basically things that might come out of an arcade machine, and then some levels take place inside arcade games, like a racing game or a Galaga Space Invaders looking stage. There's a level in a claw machine where the boss character is throwing the like stuffed animals and things at you. There's a level in a karaoke bar where a girl sings and the words materialize and fly at you. So this is a really wacky shooter. It's got a lot of different characters to choose from. It's made by Jalico, actually, who Jalico sometimes hit or miss, but on the whole made decent games. This one might be my favorite game I've ever played by Jalico, actually. It's really fun, really wacky, and obviously I love shooters. Anything on the Saturn, especially that's a shooter, I'm gonna probably like it. But Game Tengoku, the game Paradise, excellent game on the Saturn. Maybe look it up if you've never heard of it. Got a copy of Steam Hearts, and Steam Hearts is interesting. When I looked, I knew, all I really knew about Steam Hearts when I first picked it up was that it's a top-down kind of manic style shooter, which I really like, and again, I really like shooters on the Saturn, and it is that. It's a shooter, it's a good shooter. I didn't realize when I picked it up, I didn't really notice the tiny little label. If you can see, there's a tiny little yellow label on the bottom that says it's for 18 and older only. I didn't realize that when I bought it, so when I got it home and I started playing it, I completed the first stage, and then kind of a still cutscene comes up, and I can only imagine because it's stills, so there's no actual animation, but the characters are eventually nude, and there's some interesting sounding voice acting going on. And then at the end of the cutscene, the girl, the boss character who was piloting the ship, is no longer evil. And that repeats itself after each stage. So I'm just assuming that after you finish a stage, the two playable characters strip down and molest the boss characters in order to get the evil out of them. That happens every time, which is odd, but also hilarious. And this is another game that I'm really strongly considering doing a review on, just because it's so damn strange. Everything in it is YouTube safe. It's nudity, but it's more like suggestive nudity where everything is covered up. It's more, the more disturbing thing is what you hear as opposed to what you see. And other than that, it's a really great shoot 'em up. So Steam Hearts for the Sega Saturn, really cool, interesting shooter for sure. Another one that's worth checking out, Steam Hearts. Finally, I picked up a few PC Engine games, starting with this one. It's called Eternal City. What really attracted me to this was just the cover art. It's animated by Shiro Masamune, who is the guy behind Ghost in the Shell, and Appleseed, Tank Police, Black Magic M66, all kinds of stuff. He did a lot of artwork for a lot of video games back in the 16-bit era, and Eternal City is one of them. It's an alright game. You're obviously playing as this girl inside this big kind of like mech suit, and it's a pretty straightforward action title. It has some kind of Metroid-y elements to it, that as each stage is kind of maze-like, and there are chambers that you can enter to either save your game or get some kind of power-up or get your health replenished, things like that. So yeah, each level very maze-like, lots of power-up chambers, and aside from that, it's a pretty straightforward, if a little bit stiff, action game. So Eternal City, this is another one I haven't finished yet, but I am enjoying it overall, and I'm going to get more into it. It's pretty cool, and you can't beat that artwork. Eternal City for the PC Engine. Got a copy of PC Denjin for the PC Engine. This is Zonk, or Air Zonk, or whatever the English title is. Never actually played the English version of this. It's fun. It's a shoot 'em up. It's an offshoot of the Bonk series, which is called PC Genjin here, and which is obviously like a play on words. I guess Genjin means like a caveman, and it sounds like PC Engine. And Denjin, I guess that means Electric Man. I'm pretty sure that's what this kanji means, electric. So it's a PC Electric Man. But essentially you just fly around as the Denjin or Zonk, and it's a cute 'em up. So you blow up enemies that are really cute. It's super colorful. The graphics are actually really, really awesome in this game. I like it a lot. If you've never played Air Zonk or PC Denjin, definitely do. It's not, I'm not going to say it's the best shooter on the PC Engine, and it is made by Hudson Soft. Hudson makes really great shooters, the Star Soldier series in particular. So this one is really good. Not the best, but still definitely worth playing. PC Dinjin, aka Airzonk. Definitely check that one out if you're a PC Engine or TurboGrafx owner. Finally, my favorite pickup out of all of these, and another really good shooter for the PC Engine, and that's Gate of Thunder. Gate of Thunder, made by Red Entertainment, and I believe published by Hudson. This game is, I guess, the precursor to Lords of Thunder or Winds of Thunder, which is like my favorite PC Engine shooter. This game, really excellent, plays really well, beautiful graphics, excellent soundtrack. The soundtrack is not as good as the soundtrack on Lords of Thunder, because not many soundtracks are, but still really good. But this game is really just the total package. It looks, sounds great, plays amazing. Gate of Thunder, this is another one that if you're a PC Engine collector or even just a prospective one, this is a game you're going to want to give a shot. It's Gate of Thunder, and it's fantastic. Love this game. And that's it. Those are all my pickups from the past few weeks. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with these nice folks that come out here, and they shoot me a message on the Kid Show You Can Facebook page, which I highly encourage everybody to go and like the Facebook page, because I don't just post all my own stuff there. The vast majority of stuff on the Facebook page is videos from other people, stuff I watch on YouTube that I really like, and so I post a lot of that there. So if you want to see the kinds of channels that I watch and enjoy, you might want to go and check out the Facebook page. A lot of cool stuff there. But yeah, people have been contacting me through that Facebook page when they come out here, wanting to know if they can, just hang out, maybe if I've got the free time, which I do right now because I'm on spring break, to go hang out, go hunt for games, or maybe go grab a beer or something. Two things that I'm always willing to do. So it's been a lot of fun, and I found some cool games as a result. So that makes me a happy camper. Anyway, that's it. All these pickups. If you have any comments, put them down below if you like any of these games, or if you want to see any reviews of any of these games, let me know, because I'm always taking that into consideration. And until next time, everybody, thank you for watching, and take care.